Hey, this is Stu Schaefer, and I'm about to explain the 4 signs you can check for to see if your thyroid is off. Now, the reason this is so important is because your thyroid is one of those parts of your body that has different thyroid hormones, which is really going to determine how you feel, if you can lose fat, these types of things. And so if your thyroid is off, you're going to struggle to lose weight. Really quick, I just want to explain something. Everything I'm about to tell you is rooted in in-field testing over 25 years with thousands of clients, and these are really practical things you can do at home right now. So, without wasting any more time, let's jump right in. First, I'm going to tell you how your thyroid actually works, where some of the pitfalls can come into play, and then 4 things you can check to see if your thyroid is actually doing okay or if it's off, and if it's off, you can fix it. And you don't necessarily need medication, although if you're on medication, you can maybe slowly wean off the medication, which, come on, who doesn't want to stop taking meds? Woo woo, well, stick it to the docs. Stick it to those doctors out there. Okay, so here's how your thyroid works. First, it all starts with a little gland behind your nose called the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is kind of like the thermostat of your body. It's checking different levels to see what's going on, see if everything's okay. And so what happens is it's checking your thyroid hormone levels, the T4 and the T3. And if it notices that they're low, the pituitary gland sends a signal to your thyroid to secrete thyroid stimulating hormone, okay? Well, it sends a signal to your body to release thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH. So if you've ever got your thyroid checked and you see the TSH, it stands for thyroid stimulating hormone. Now, what is that? Well, it's a hormone that stimulates your thyroid, okay? Causes your thyroid to release or produce T4. Okay, now, when the T4 is produced, then it actually goes into the liver, and the liver converts the T4 to T3. And the T3 is what you hear about, okay? It gives you the energy, it speeds up your metabolism, it helps your hair, skin, and nails, it does all the wonderful things that the thyroid does. Well, you can also convert the T4 to something called reverse T3. Well, what does reverse T3 do? It does the opposite, okay? It cancels out the T3. And your body releases reverse T3 and converts T4 to reverse T3 and T3 for a couple reasons. Okay, the T3 kind of speeds things up. It heats you up. The reverse T3 is like the brakes. So if you're sick, for example, and you have a fever and your body's under tremendous stress, the body will convert more of that T4 to reverse T3 to pump the brakes so that you don't overheat and die when you're sick. See, the body has always got these built-in mechanisms to protect you, but it's not always conducive for weight loss. So here's where the things can break down, okay? First of all, sometimes the TSH, your body isn't responding to it, and so this is where if the doctors test you and your TSH levels are high, what that means is your body is taking a lot more thyroid stimulating hormone to get that thyroid to produce the T4 and T3. Now, this often happens if you do a restrictive diet, low calorie, low carb, something like intermittent fasting. Now, the next breakdown would be that the thyroid is not producing enough T4. Okay, well, this typically happens if you're doing a really high fat diet. I don't know, like the ketogenic diet, okay? So what'll happen is that thyroid won't produce enough T4. Well, if you're not producing that much T4, you can't convert as much to T3. So a lot of times your T3 will also be low. Okay, third problem is the T4 is fine, the TSH is fine, but you're not getting that conversion from the T4 to T3. So your T3 is low. Well, what causes that? Low carb diets cause that. In fact, years ago in the 90s, there was a term, a medical term, and it's called diet-induced hypothyroid. What that means is you would develop hypothyroid induced or caused by your diet. And it was always low carb because the liver needs certain carbs to have enough energy to convert that T4 to T3. Fourth problem. Your body's taking the T4 and it's producing too much reverse T3 and not enough T3. So the ratio is wrong. What causes this? Too much exercise, high cortisol, not enough food, not enough carbs. All these things will crank the cortisol, put a lot of stress on the body, and it'll cause the reverse T3 to go too high, and then that cancels out the T3. Well, most times if you go to the doctor and you get checked, they don't check all these. So if you're going to get your thyroid numbers checked, check all of these: TSH, T4, T3, and reverse T3. And then you might also just throw in the 2 different tests for antibodies to see if you have Hashimoto's disease. If you're going to get your thyroid checked, you might as well get all the tests done, because then you need to see if the reverse T3 to T3 level, if that ratio is not correct. And most of the time, even if you ask for a full panel, they still won't do the reverse T3, so you've got to ask for it. The reason this is important is because if your thyroid is off, you're not going to be able to burn fat very well, you won't have much energy, you won't be able to build muscle very well, your whole body will be thrown off, really. You might lose your hair, skin might get all dry, nails brittle, all these terrible things. So let's look at 4 things you can do right now without going to the doctor to kind of test and see if your thyroid is off, and then we can talk about a couple things to do about it. So the first thing you want to do is check your temperature. That's easy. We all have a thermometer sitting around the house, but here's how you check it. Okay, you want to take that thermometer, you want it right next to your bed, because as soon as you wake up in the morning, before you get out of bed, you want to take your temperature. Now with the new digital ones, I would take it 3 times and get the average. Technically, if you have the old-fashioned mercury ones, those are the most accurate, but you've got to leave the thermometer under your tongue for like 5 minutes, but it's worth it, okay? It's worth it. So what you want is you're looking for a temperature in the low 98s, like 98.0 to 98.3, maybe as low as like 97.8 or 97.9. If you take your temperature first thing in the morning and it's lower than that, that means you have a thyroid issue, because the thyroid, remember, is cranking your body temperature up. Gosh, if it's in like the 95s or 96s, whew, you are way off and you need to really support that thyroid. Believe it or not, some of my clients have been there and they were able to get it back up to normal range just through diet, okay? Now, then, so you check it in the morning. Then you want to check it again in the afternoon, like 1 p.m. Now, it's supposed to be higher in the afternoon than the morning. Ideally, it should be 98.6. But let's just say it was higher in the morning and then it dropped throughout the day. What the heck does that mean? That means your cortisol is way too high, and what's happening is your adrenaline is cranked up. And so at night while you're sleeping, what can happen is that liver can actually pull sugars from your muscles while you're sleeping, and then the temperature actually goes up a little bit, but then during the day when you're active, it goes down. So it should start around the low 98s and rise through the day to the high 98s. If it's backwards, that's an adrenaline problem, okay? Too much adrenaline. That means you have to manage that a little bit. That could be under eating, that could be not enough carbs, that could be over exercising. So that's the first thing to do. Check your temperature and track it over time, because what you should see is that if you start implementing some of these things, it goes up. Okay, the second thing you can check is your energy and your weight. Okay, if all of a sudden you're getting good sleep, you're eating healthy, you're doing the normal thing, but your energy is just dead, especially if you have that really big lull in the afternoon, that is a sign that your thyroid may be struggling, it may be off, okay? Also, weight gain. Okay, if sudden weight gain, unexplained weight gain, unexpected weight gain. Now, everyone likes to blame the sex hormones, the estrogen and progesterone. I would always start with the thyroid first, because it's the easiest to fix and it has one of the biggest impacts. So if all of a sudden you're like gaining weight, you're sluggish, you've got the brain fog, you're tired, that is something you want to check. And I would always do the temperature as well. Okay, so check that. Go look at your energy. It should be stable through the day. You should not have an afternoon lull. You really shouldn't be getting tired until the end of the day, which is normal, and you should be falling asleep very easily. Now, here's another telltale sign that your thyroid and adrenaline might be off. If you're really tired, like you're tired, but you can't fall asleep because simultaneously you feel a little bit on edge, wired, that's a sign that this is off and your adrenaline is a bit too high. So again, when that happens, by the way, what do you do? Well, you can take supplements like phosphatidylserine or rhodiola rosa, but what's better is you want to check that, number one, you're eating enough, number two, that you're not restricting carbohydrates too much, And number 3, that you're not over exercising, or a combination of the 3. If you're under eating, not getting carbs, over exercising, that's like the trifecta that's really going to wipe you. Okay, so you got to be very careful. Let's look at the third thing you can check to see if your thyroid is off, and that is hair, skin, and nails. If your hair is thinning, if your nails are really brittle and they break really easily, or your skin, is dry, you've got some issues there, that is a telltale sign the thyroid is off. I once spoke with a woman, her thyroid was off, and it was weird because she had an interesting feeling in her mouth. She said she always just felt like she wanted to bite into styrofoam because I don't know what it was with her, but that there was something with her teeth or her mouth. So that can also be a sign. Now, what can you do? Calcium and magnesium are very important for this, and omega-3 fatty acids. So that's a great, easy thing you can integrate. Take the CalMag at night. All these supplements that I mentioned are on my resources page at stuschaefer.com/resources, and there's a link in the description anyway. But CalMag, omega-3s, great for this. A lot of times, if you're not getting enough calcium, that can hurt the thyroid, especially if you eat a lot of grains or a lot of muscle meats like chicken breasts and beef and stuff like that. The phosphorus can be very high in those foods, and some of the amino acids can kind of pull down the thyroid a bit. And the solution is to make sure you're getting enough calcium, because the calcium can balance that out and keep your thyroid very strong. So CalMag is very good for this, especially if you're on edge. The magnesium will help you relax. I'll tell you, magnesium for women is just like this magical supplement. There's very few side effects. The upside is incredible. It's great for stress, sleep, and everything else we're talking about. Helps with your metabolism. I mean, it's a great supplement. Magnesium is awesome. You want to get it in powder form, so the CalMag that I recommend is a perfect blend of calcium, magnesium, and a couple of other vitamins that help the absorption. The fact that it's in the powder form also helps the absorption. So that's another thing you can really do. It's very easy to add, super helpful, okay? All right, let's look at the fourth thing you should look at. Are you cold? You should not be cold. I can't tell you how many of my clients, when they started with me, they were always cold. Their hands were cold. Their feet were cold. I mean, they would like touch their husbands in bed with the feet, and they'd be like, what is that? It's an icicle, like it was cold. So all of a sudden they said, geez, my extremities are warming up as their thyroid warmed up. And this is really interesting because your body temperature goes up. You actually warm up. You physically get warmer. This is also good for your metabolism. And I'll tell you, this is really interesting. Your body temperature is critical, because if your body temperature is low, and it's scary because the new average for people's body temperature is lower. The government agency or whoever is in charge of that lowered the temperature from 98.6 to like 97.9 or something like that. This is not good. Okay, and I looked at it and said, well, what's so magical about 98.6? Well, there's two things. Number one, that is the ideal temperature for a process in your body called cellular respiration, which essentially is how your body turns over and regenerates and creates energy. That is your metabolism, essentially. Number two, there's certain bacteria that can't survive over a certain temperature. So if your body temperature starts dropping, now you open yourself up for bacteria that shouldn't be able to survive in your body. Well, they now can survive, and this is not good. This is where bacterial overgrowths and infections can come into play as well. So 98.6, very, very important temperature to be at. Anyway, you'll feel warmer. Your extremities will feel warmer. Now, here's something else that's very counterintuitive. If you have hot sweats, like night sweats, hot flashes, a lot of times that can be because your thyroid is low. And so what's happening is your body temperature is lower. So your body's now trying to get you to regulate at a lower temperature. Well, how does it do that? How does your body try to cool you off? By sweating. And so what happens now is if your thyroid's function is off and now your body temperature is actually sitting a little bit lower, you might be cold, but you might also have sweats. And what's happening is the body's trying to keep your temperature a little bit lower than it should. And so when the environment around you is a little bit warmer, it causes your body to get confused. So you start sweating, you have night sweats or these hot flashes that's trying to get the body's temperature back down.
Well, okay, when your thyroid's correct and your body temperature is higher, and again, this is where it's counterintuitive, you'd think, well, wouldn't I have more hot flashes or night sweats? No, because your body's allowing your body temperature to stay warmer, so it's not trying to constantly cool you down. Interesting. I know sometimes it's backwards, but this is what happens. So these 4 signs will tell you, hey, is your thyroid struggling? Now, if it is, the easiest things you can do, eat enough, add enough carbs, especially get some good fruit. The fructose in the fruit will help feed the liver. Don't over exercise. So those are the 3 critical pieces, along with adding calcium, making sure you're getting enough, especially if you don't eat dairy. So those 4 simple steps: get enough carbs, make sure you're eating enough, don't over exercise, boost your calcium. I recommend the CalMeg because it has a double effect, can really start turning the thyroid around. Now, obviously there's a lot more to it, but this is where it would get very individualized, and you'd have to really look at what you've been doing, what your body's telling you, what symptoms you have, how old are you, how much do you weigh, or you have a problem with high body fat or not. All of these factors would impact it. But this is a great starting point to kind of see, hey, is something off with my thyroid? Trying to figure that out, and then applying some of these simple strategies that you can really boost it initially and start burning more fat, getting more energy, fixing the hair, skin, and nails, and feeling good. And obviously, it's going to optimize your health. All right, now listen. I'm going to splash up 2 videos. You're going to want to watch these. Go over there right now. There's also 2 links in the description for some free resources. Click those links. Go watch the videos. I'll see you over there, and I hope this was helpful. All right, take care.